We are back for another Indie Talks episode, okay? Let this play out, vibe out a little bit. Another Indie Talks, okay? We are sitting with Franchika. I mean, she has a lot, okay, of background. She has amazing music. She is popping. I see she's in the room. Hello, hello. So I'm going to go ahead and send out a request.
Hello.
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 Hi, Queen. How are you?
I am good. I am real good. How are you?
I am amazing. Thank God for another day.
Okay. Come on. For real.
So listen, we are gonna get into this. So we had your latest single playing. So we love to do the little intros with the music. I mean, it's bang it, girl. Okay.
Thank you.
So first off, guys, so as everybody coming in, thank you so much for those who are in the room, and we're gonna have some more come in. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in for another episode of Indie Talks, okay? I am your host, Aisha Lewis Redway, and of course, my beautiful co-host, Danielle. She is unable to be with us tonight, but she sent all of her love, kisses, hugs, and well wishes, okay? So, guys, tonight, as you know, our conversation with our artists. And tonight, we have nobody but the most beautiful, most talented, okay?
Thank you.
Franchika, welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Listen, I'm super excited to have this conversation. I'm excited every week to have a conversation with somebody. I love the fact that it can be intimate. It can we learn so much, and we get to kind of go into your shoes a little bit and just kind of explore and see the travel of music and your path through your eyes. So, thank you so much for coming in and having this conversation with us.
Thank you for having me. For real, for real.
No problem.
This is exactly what I needed. Just the perfect time, divine timing. I feel like.
Love it. So, listen, guys, we're gonna go ahead and jump right into this because I can't wait no more. All right, so you are from no other than the Chi-Town, okay? Chicago. I mean, talk about being from Chicago and just really get starting in the industry, because you, Missy, you've been in everything, okay?
I've been trying.
And I mean, it's just amazing. You started so young. So talk about, just really, being from Chicago and what it really means for you to really just get into the music industry and starting so young.
Well, for one, I started when I was I officially started when I was 6. But I like to say 8 because that was my first official performance.
Okay.
So I started when I was 6. I had the Beyonce training, you know what I'm saying? I had to do the running every single day. And after I ran, I sang while running. I had to do up and down the stairs, jumping over brooms, microphone in hand type running. I had to do the whole 9 yards, you know what I'm saying? And hold on, let me turn off this TV because it's pretty loud. I'm so sorry.
No problem.
So, but I can continue talking while I'm doing it. But yeah, I had the whole Beyonce treatment, which I'm grateful for. I'm not gonna lie, I'm trying to find the will to go back into that type of training because they really pushed me to be the artist that I think that doesn't give up. You know what I'm saying? Doesn't let up for anything. And a very strong artist just in general. And you don't see a lot of that nowadays. You kind of just see everybody just doing whatever, but I feel like that really built my character just in general. So I appreciate just everybody that was in my space at that moment.
Yeah, because I found some old videos and I saw you kind of doing, you had the mic in your hand and you was doing jumping back and forth, and I was like, okay, and I'm glad you actually said that whole Beyonce training. I was like, this the Beehive training over here. And it was amazing to see that because that it plays an important part in your development. you know, definitely your vocals. Because, you know, we hear Beyonce say, oh, she'll run a mile and sing at the same time to help her with her breathing and all her techniques and things of that nature. And of course, she's a dancer as well. So we saw, and to see that video, it was amazing. Now, you performed growing up, of course, you know, you performed at so many shows and different contests and things of that nature. And like you said, you started even younger, because you started originally really at 8, but you said you even started at 6.
Yes.
Talk about that, you know, starting so young, and because, you know, we hear so many childhood stories from artists and things of nature. Say, you know, I didn't have a childhood, or I was too busy on the road, or I was too busy focusing on the music. Talk about being that young and really just saying like, hey, do I want a childhood, or this is really what I love?
So I definitely didn't have a childhood for real. I mean, it was kind of like one of those things. Like I remember I don't know why I remember this situation just so well, but I remember we had a family picnic. All the kids were at the beach. I was 8. I wanted to be at the beach. Everybody had popsicles, the whole 9. My dad was like, no, we gotta go. You got a performance. I was like
what?
And that happened so often, and I was so sad. But then, you know, I got to perform that day, and I was actually very happy. So it kind of just like filled everything out for me. So I didn't have a childhood, but at the same time, I feel like performing and stuff like that, and the feeling of getting off stage and getting on stage, and the way I would make people feel, kind of just filled in. Like it was something that was like, it was like having just a regular childhood, except for mine was just a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I guess you can say it kind of did affect me just a little bit, but I think that my passion for music and my love for music overall just overpowered everything. And I knew, like, I don't know why I knew at that age for sure that this was something that I was willing to suffer, cry, stomp my feet, have a tantrum over. I was willing to go through all of that if I was going to be able to perform, if I was going to be able to sing. So, you know.
Amazing. Because you have done, you know, you have performed at churches, you performed for Reverend Jesse Jackson, and
yes,
you sung with Sharon Pulliam. So I mean, you really have that, like, a standing and powerful voice. But I do want to ask you a question. You did mention your dad, and I know he had passed away. Oh my God, you know, I'm so sorry to hear that.
Thank you.
How he played. I want you to talk about how he played such a role in, you know, really being that stronghold with you while entering to music. How important was that for you? And talk about your family dynamic. And because, you know, sometimes some families can be like, no, go to school, do your thing, leave the music alone.
I definitely have, like, because I'm African, so Africans, they want you to
go be a doctor.
Yes, go be a exactly. Go be a lawyer, go be a doctor, go be everything else except for that. Maybe you could do that afterwards, but right now, no. But I was blessed to have a dad that really, really, really believed in me. Like, he was like, okay, you want to sing? If you sing, you're going to have to sing. So that's where the whole, you know, my dad's name was Joe. And I like to call him the second Joe Jackson, because he wasn't like as, like, you know, so he was hard, but he wasn't like Joe Jackson. But that's why I said the second Joe Jackson.
Right.
He was like that, you know what I'm saying? Like, he was like, okay, you don't want to do the regular stuff? Cool. You're going to have to do this the right way then. So he put me in lessons. He made me, like, downstairs every single day. If I didn't go running that day, downstairs practice. After I did go running, he would we would be in the studio for hours on out, hours all night, just recording new music. If I wasn't recording new music, I was practicing for hours and hours. They made me practice the same songs over and over and over again until I got it to a T. And these were like hard songs. So like I was in there for hours learning. So
that's amazing. Yeah. And that development is important because, like you said, what you received, listen, either you come as the full package, we could tweak some things, or that's it.
Exactly.
And your dad, you know, played that role to just really get you prepared, and that's amazing. And definitely kudos to, you know, to dad for really developing you, and really getting you to the point where because this industry can be tough. And I'm quite sure you know that.
Yes. Yes.
But you talk about, you know, being in the studio for hours and how he really had you. Now, there was this one video I definitely came across, and it blew me away. I believe you was either 14 or 15 years old, and you did a Whitney Houston cover for I Love the Lord.
Yes.
And so for those who don't know that song, that's one of the most, I mean, like biggest holiday songs from the soundtrack of The Preacher's Wife, okay? Yeah. And we know how Whitney tears up, okay? You did this song, and when I tell you the notes you hit, where I was like, she did that? Yeah. Because I'm critical. I love me some Whitney. And I'll be the first one to be like, that ain't it. That ain't it. But I say this because of the fact that the technique you used, like, talk about that moment. I want to hear from you, because it blew me away. I was thinking, like, you could have been on Star Search.
Shout out to Holy Rainbow Club. Hello, honey.
Yes, hi.
My people are coming in here. I saw Lyrical coming here, I think.
Yeah, shout out to Lyrical.
So, those were one of the songs that I got stuck downstairs learning, to say the least. And when I say learn and I say to a T, this is literally no joke. Like, I'm talking about, they come downstairs every now and then to make sure I was fed, of course, make sure I wasn't dehydrated, make sure I wasn't dead down there. But they come down there and they'll be like, okay, do it. Nope. I didn't even get to, like, maybe even the first 3 lines. Oh, Zoe is in here too. Hey, Zoe.
Hello.
Yeah, I didn't even get to, like, the first half of the song. If it didn't sound exactly, or at least this close. Hello, Trisha. This is all the 323 music group coming in. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to my family.
Shout out to you guys. Welcome. Thank you for tuning in.
But yeah, like, if I didn't have it down to a T, they'd leave me back down there and just come check if I was hungry again. Like they were like, you have to have it at least close to Whitney, or if it's not close to Whitney, it has to at least sound like it's like right at the
and
head.
Let me tell you, you know how there's some artists who can really mimic, or some, you know, that can really mimic to kind of even sound like. The thing is, what was so unique about it is that you still had your sound.
And that's what they also wanted to.
And what you hit in ranges where you just didn't expect.
Yes.
That this teenager can hit.
They made me.
On a Whitney song.
They made me. Man, did I hate it then? But it was just like, okay, I get why they did it.
But you see it now, like, where it's like, yo, yes, like, yeah, I'm glad I went through that.
I see what you mean. Okay, whatever. At least they kept me fed.
And gave you some water, make sure you was dehydrated, you know, hydrated and everything. That's amazing. Exactly. But I definitely brought that up because I just thought it was amazing. You did such a, I mean, just on point job.
Thank you.
Okay. Now, the transition. You're older. You now, as an artist, you know exactly kind of, you're figuring out now that you've been doing this for a while, what it is that you want to get into. How did you know that, okay, this is, you know, art? Because honestly, usually some artists like yourself that start off, usually they take the gospel road.
Yeah.
And then, you know, kind of do that whole transition. When was that exact moment for you where you knew, like, okay, I wanted to be full-fledged R&B, or at least something of that range, and really focus on this style of music?
So I actually, like, what kind of created a different style of music for me was I actually was branching off of, as I was getting older, into going to, like, open mics and stuff like that, and branching off into knowing poetry a little bit more. So when I kind of, like, figured that, you know, part of music out, and, like, the alternative music and all that type of stuff, I knew, like, the slower, the more R&B laid back vibe was really me, because it was like, even while listening to how music kind of changed over that time, all the stuff that I would relate to and all the stuff that I would love, and, like, even hear about stories that I would even want to relate to and write about, all of that was laid back R&B, and I loved how they portrayed the message of what they were trying to say through it. So I knew, I forgot what song it was that I recorded. Oh, I recorded a song on Valentine's Day, and it was basically like skip Valentine's Day. And after I wrote that song, that was one of the first songs that I wrote. I was like, oh, I like this. Like I can I can express myself for real through this. I can tell my story through this. I like this. So I'm gonna do this.
All right. So slow ballads is your thing.
Like
okay.
the Summer Walker, laid back type of vibe. I like that. I like all of that.
Yes, I love that. So now, talk about one of like your most memorable moment in music since when starting.
Crap. That's hard because I have a decent amount of memory moments.
I know. Uh-oh, it's circling. Uh-oh, it froze a little bit. Oh gosh. Instagram, don't do it. Don't do it. Uh-oh. All right, little tech issue. Let's see. Oh, it kicked her out. Uh-oh. Jeez, it kicked her out. Okay, so let's see. Are you able to, let me see if I can request you back. Where are you at? All right, I just sent the request. Let's see if it comes, it's gonna show up.
Instagram just wants to play around. Look at it, it's still loading.
Yeah, like I can hear you, but I
You
can't see you.
me. Oh my goodness, Instagram, don't do this to me. Okay, let me try to go back out and come back in again.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Bear with us, guys. Bear with us. We're gonna get it fixed. Let's see here. So while we do that, go back to, so guys, if you have not downloaded her newest single, Shots in the Air, please, okay? I'm gonna play a little something, see if we can get Franchika back on. Let's see, is it working? All right, so those who are tuning in, we are sitting with no other than the beautiful, talented Franchika, and we just had some technical issues, but let's see, here goes the request. All right, so we're waiting for it to come back in. Yay! We're back!
I'm like, Instagram wants to play.
Listen, Instagram be giving us some headaches.
Oh my goodness. Hold on, let me.
I don't understand. Instagram, get it together.
Instagram is trying to be the devil, and it's not happening.
Look, don't do it.
Don't do
it today.
Not today.
Yes, so we left off on the question of one of your what was your most memorable moment?
Let's see. Can I do two maybe?
That's fine. It's your world.
Okay. Let me do two. Okay, so for sure, one of the most memorable moments was The Voice. I was on The Voice when I was 15. Most memorable just based off of the experience. Like, I was in LA. I was with my daddy, but I was still in LA. I had met so many people. I met so many friends. I'd never been on any type of like show before. Mm-hmm. So The Voice, definitely one of the most memorables. And which one do I pick? Wow, this is so hard.
It's like hard to put that exact word. That's like, you have so many.
I have a good, okay, well, another one was We Day. I performed in place of Chance. They ended up calling me like, oh, they need somebody to be in place of him for a performance called We Day. And it was like 10,000 people, I think, there. And it was pretty big. It was pretty big.
Yes.
And Chance was on the screen. He introduced who I was virtually because he couldn't be there. And I performed. And that was probably one of the biggest performances. Like that they did like the whole thing where, you know, at a concert where they like light up the whole room with their flashlights,
Yes.
their phone. That was like, that was fulfilling. If that was not, if I had nothing else, that
I
was one
actually
of the most.
found videos of that.
Yes,
And
that was good.
that performance was amazing. And
Thank you.
that was actually going to be my questions later after we talk about the music and things that you got going on working with. But while we're on that topic, talk about that moment, because Chance the Rapper, you know, who's amazing as an artist himself and a philanthropist and all of the activism and everything that he does. How did that even come about?
So when I was younger, I was in high school. I was going to his open mic, and this open mic, MIKE, and they spelled it like that for their one of their mentors named Brother Mike, who passed away. So I was going there. I was going there almost every single time they would have one, and you know, he heard me and he really loved my voice, and then he started to mentor me, and just like little stuff, like, you know, all the stuff that I would be going through and the things that I would be going through, even as an artist, he would be mentoring me toward, you know, with it. He'd be telling me like everything is going to be okay. He would be pushing me, you know, to do better, you know, to do better as a artist and just as a person,
Right.
just in general. So at that point in time, he was mentoring me, and I was in a group at that point that I met through that open mic as well, which I still love them to this day. We live together and everything.
Beautiful.
So yeah, we kind of met each other through there. So now I'm one of the people who also help with the open mic. Like if Corona wasn't going on, we'd still be having open mics. I'm one of the staff members, and then I also work with Social Works, which is his nonprofit group. So yeah, that's how we met, kind of.
Oh, amazing. I love it. Okay. Now, first off, you released your 2018 album,
Mm-hmm.
and then you had your second album, Be Free. I love both of them hands
Thank
down. And I definitely love the track Be Free, because you have one of your entourage, too, who we
you.
actually had the pleasure of interviewing and love,
Toot.
love, 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 love. So shout out to
Have
Toot.
this.
I want you to talk about, the process of you really developing your sound and really working on these albums, and the inspiration behind the project.
So most of the songs that I write is through everything that I'm going through. Like the next cover that I'm even releasing is gonna be y'all are gonna have a taste of what I've been going through just even as recently. But most of the time I put my heart behind my words for sure, because I feel like that is possibly the only thing that usually gets me out of every situation besides God. You know, I believe in God. I pray. So I
Ain't
pray
nothing wrong with
and
that, yeah.
okay. And I pray and I write music, and that's like therapy, you know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
I don't know what I would be or how I would be like if I couldn't write, you know what I'm saying? If I couldn't do all these and express myself creatively like I do. So I put passion behind my words. So the motive for Be Free was like the tape before was about my dad. Coming from that is hard to heal. It's still hard to heal now, you know what I'm saying? But the space I was in was much more darker than, you know, now. And Be Free was kind of just like just like me sprouting, you know what I'm saying? Me actually having brighter tracks, me actually being happier, me talking about more love things and fun things, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. And I was also speaking about like what was going on kind of like last year, just with everything. We went through a lot last year.
Yeah.
So, you know, all of that combined is what I kind of put into that tape. And then the 8th, kind of just was like flavors of my dad, like stuff that my dad liked to listen to, stuff that my dad liked that I sang, and just like little hints of stuff, you know what I'm saying? There's actually a track on there that when he was still in the hospital, there was a track on there that I had one of the producers or whatever come and see him, and like he was like, "Oh, I like these drums. Put these drums in there," type thing. And one of the tracks are like that. You know what I'm saying? So just stuff like that went into that, whole tape. And then Be Free was like, okay, I know I'm healing and it's a painful time, but I feel like now I can start sprouting. Now I can start sprouting again and be the light that I know that I am. So that's where I am with that one.
Beautiful. Oh my gosh. Now, and it's amazing that you were able to go to the hospital and really ask your dad like that, because we can be daddy's girls and things like that. I know my father, he passed away, and the fact that I just to be able to ask him his opinion, his thought was major for me. So
Yes.
I definitely can relate to that, and the fact that he can give that input, like, do these drums, put this over here, move this over here.
He loved doing it. Like, I'm telling you, he was so nitpicky. Like, he'd be like, rewind that. The literally like 5 seconds of the song would play, and he'd be like, rewind it. He'd be like, okay, let the song play, please. But he was like so particular on everything.
So talk about, because I know you talked about your background, being African, and of course and now in that your father has transitioned. Talk about, even though when you're making your music, because we're gonna get into your latest single, has like a lot of Caribbean vibe, a lot of high energy. You talked about Be Free, now you sprouting, which you gave a lot of that in that album, and then now on this single, and you got like the whole Caribbean vibe. Talk about how important to really have your heritage represented in your music.
I love being African. It might be a little irritating sometimes, but I love Africans. I love being African. I love being Cameroonian. That's where we're from, Cameroon. So I listen to a lot of Afro beats, like all day long. I love Afro beats, like just how I like R&B, just like how I love pop. I love listening to Afro beats. And most of the time when I put my friends on or put people on the Afro beats, most of the time they don't even have to know what they're saying in the song, and they would still love it. And that's one of my favorite things about Afro beats. You don't have to know what they're saying to feel it, and that means something. That's like pretty big. Like, you don't know anything they're saying, but you still really like this song. So I listen to Afro beats, and I think it's important to put a flavor of who you are, because a lot of the times people forget who they are and forget where they came from. So I think it's important to like kind of put all of that into what you're trying to create. You can never forget your background. Like, as much as you would want to, or as much as you feel like you want to, you can never forget your background. And most of the time your background is beautiful. Shout out to Mr. New Songs. He's also, he makes music as well. He's an Afrobeat artist.
All right, shout out. How you doing? And shout out to all my Afrobeat artists, because I love me some Afrobeats. Okay. And all right, so with that being said, let's talk about the hard stuff, because you and I both know, coming in as a an independent artist, because I give it to you, have the look, you have the sound.
Thank you.
Talk about holding your individuality as an artist, and without being pressured to really go by what the industry, what they feel is the standard. How do you handle that without getting sucked into the whole trend?
Well, I can say that it's very hard. I'm not gonna lie. It's just so hard to do it, especially now that you don't have to do much to be a big artist nowadays. It's the truth. It's not like back then where people actually really had to work. It's almost a little bit easier, but the only reason that it's still kind of hard is that trend. It's the trend. You have to be on top of the trend. Yeah, like, and it kind of, I guess, it kind of gets harder for artists like me, because we have this we're individuals and stuff like that, and we have our own sound, but it doesn't necessarily go to the trend of today. So up and coming, you think in your mind, or you think all the time, like, okay, well, people obviously aren't listening to this because this is not the trend right now. So most of the time, what is in the back of our heads as an up and coming artist is kind of like, okay, well, let me make that one song to get my foot in the door at least. But it's a scary thing as well, because once you make that one song to get your foot in the door, now people are going to want to keep on hearing that same thing from you. Like, it's going to be hard to keep on trying to transition them over into something else. So I guess what motivates me to keep on being an individual and to keep on making the music that I like instead of what other people like is because trends change up like crazy. Anything
change overnight.
I could wear a Band-Aid on my forehead right now, and tomorrow that could be a trend. You know what I'm saying? So you kind of just have to, it's kind of like the energy you put into your music. That type of thing is what's really going to, like, you're going to get the energy out of. If I keep on putting energy into my individual music that I like, eventually people are going to hop on the bandwagon just like they do everything else. All you got to do is make good music. It just has to be a good individual song. It has to be a good song to listen to, a feel-good song, and people are going to hop right on it. So,
and you said something. What do you feel makes a great R&B song?
I think what makes a great R&B song is when people can feel it. I'm all about emotions. And words mixed into like what the producer can make, and then you guys put the melody on top of that. I think I say mainly the words, because when I hear something in an R&B song and it's like it stabs me in the heart, I'll be like, okay, cool, I like this song, add to the library right now. right now. I think words are, because words are strong. Like, people don't know what type of strength that words carry all the time. That's why I'm trying my hardest to get into the groove of saying more positive things, because a lot of times people can say negative things and then it comes to life. So I think words is what makes a good R&B song. Well, it makes a good song just in general, but words are the it factor.
All right. So, shots in the air.
Yes.
All right. I love that track. Oh my gosh. It gives, like I said, it gives lots of energy. It gives a lot of Caribbean feel, like just in a good time music. Basically, just good feel. Like you said, just give it good music.
Yes.
You know, and I know this is your newest single. So guys, stream, purchase,
all of the above, please.
Go show some love. But I do want to ask, is this what we should expect a lot more? Because do you got anything in the works as far as album? What should we expect?
So I do have a lot of I'm sitting on some good new music that is unreleased. Actually, I'm waiting on a call to put it all together for you guys, but I do have unreleased music that you guys are going to love. Like, it's going to hit it. It's going to hit it in the heart.
And what and with that being said, because we talked about how we came into from 2020 and 2021, and you gave us this dynamic single. When now putting out your new music, your process of putting out new music, have you learned anything different? And because of the pandemic, did it make you think about how you will process and what you're giving to your audience?
So yes, so I actually really gained some fans during the pandemic, and kind of during the pandemic I got to learn what a group of people really like from me, and I think what they really want from me is just to be more authentic within myself and not try to be into the trends like you said earlier. I think they like me being who I am just in general, because a lot of times, like I said, it's easy to slip into the whole trendy thing because that's what people want to hear, but they like me for me. And that's something that I learned going into the music. They also like when I do like covers and stuff like that, and I kind of just interpret it into my own thing too. They love that. So that's some of the things that I learned from them, at least.
That's good. And definitely authenticity has been really big, because we, as you know, throughout the years, with a lot of stuff that has happened, like for instance with rapper 6ix9ine, and then everybody's have this saying about with Cardi B, and it's a lot, but the fans want somebody they can relate to. Like, they want to know that, like, if yeah, like, because I don't know, for some reason some people think like some artists are untouchable. I think it was at one point it was like this whole fantasy where it's like, oh no, they're up here and we're right here, you know, we got to look up here to them and things of that nature. But honestly, yes, they might got a little bit more money or whatever, a little bit more shine than, you know, some people have, but it's just like they're human, just
They're
like
still,
everyone else.
still right here, but we
Like
right here.
we
like,
right here.
You might have some more money or whatever.
Right.
This is it right here.
And the fact that and over the past few years, like, I think that you definitely hit that nail on the head, you know, and for you as an artist to recognize that and really understand that and not take it as a, you know, something personal. Because yeah, we want something we can relate to. Like you can't tell me about heartbreak if you never had your heart broken, you know?
And I was in a room. Shout out to Shantina. Hello. Tina is also part of the
Yes, I had the pleasure to speak with her.
Yes.
Beautiful.
So I was in a Clubhouse, because Clubhouse, the app, you know, like they have a little thing. So I was in a room and I was telling them about myself and just talking and whatever. And they said something that kind of stuck out to me that I will always remember. They said, we don't think that you're telling your story for you. You're telling your story for somebody else. And that kind of stuck with me because I really feel like that. I feel like most of the time I don't tell my story for me. It's for somebody else. Every time, even if I'm venting and I feel like it's a relief for me, I'm low-key venting and saying my story to help somebody else. And that's just that. I think that's how it's always been. So I feel like that's why I feel like people are going to be able to relate to me, because I've been through a lot of things that everybody else has been through. And most of the time when you're going through it, it does feel lonely, but everybody's going through it. Like, everybody is going through it. They might not say it out loud, but everybody is. They're going through stuff.
What can you say has been the most difficult
as an artist,
as a journey so far as an artist?
I'm not gonna lie, social media, it's very overwhelming at times. Like, you get on social media, and even though it's one of the best tools that has ever been created for creatives, it's also very overwhelming because you can't help but to compare yourself to somebody you see online and you see all the time and you follow. You know what I'm saying? As much as you want to use it as an inspiration, you also use it as a comparison. I'm only 23, and I'll get on TikTok and I'll get on Instagram and I'll see these TikTokers. They live in these houses and they're living these lives and they're only 17, 18. And it gets overwhelming because you know that you deserve it, but you just don't have it yet. And, you know, you kind of just get yourself into a whole world that's not real. You know what I'm saying? And it's not a real world. Like, you have to be realistic with yourself. All of this stuff takes time, but social media will make it seem like, you know,
it happened
like this
5 minutes ago.
You gotta rush and go get it. But for me, what kind of keeps me leveled is that I know I want longevity. I don't want to be one of those artists that blow up in an hour and then nobody heard of me before. I want to be like Beyonce's. I want to be like the people who last and who make an actual message last in this world to change it. I don't want to be an overnight sensation. I don't want to be one of those. So I just got to wait my turn and keep on pushing myself and do the things that I need to do to get there. But I just need to be patient. You know what I'm saying?
The key word, patience.
Patience.
Well, and that... like, I'm just amazed because I think so for those who are artists who are under, because that's the one thing about our platform, we want to be able to educate and we really talk to our independent artists and have them really, you know, the opportunity to be able to talk to people like yourself and mix and network and to really understand, because like, yes, we understand, because labels can and businesses can really push the fact of, okay, you gotta get the numbers up, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. So people getting on here and doing crazy stuff just to run up the numbers so that they can be seen or just to be heard or have a voice. And I think and I think the uniqueness and the power that social media has is that the fact that if you're utilizing it in the right way, and like you said, that keyword, patience, because you don't know who's watching you. You don't know who's paying attention to, you know, they friend could have been on a live, but did something or saw somebody and they'll be like, oh, who that? And it goes on and on.
in my head, our names are being said in a lot more rooms than we think. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I have to remind myself this every day because I'll be ready to quit every single day. That's just an artist. I'll be ready to quit every day. But, you know, artist life, that's just how we think.
Yeah.
But, of course, it's not going to happen. But our names are being said in a lot more rooms. You don't know who's looking up your page. Beyonce could have been on my page and I didn't even know.
Right,
Rihanna
because you got a
could
lot
have
of
been on
secret
my page.
pages.
Anybody. Anybody's gonna be on. I think Beyonce got a Finsta, so she might have seen my stuff from her Finsta page.
and it's amazing. And then talk about, because you have been shouted out by a lot of artists, Queen
Yes.
Naja,
Yes.
City Girls, and the list goes on.
Yes.
So you being watched, sis.
Okay. Hopefully the next person to shout me out is Chloe and Haley, because I got something coming up for them. So.
Speaking of Chloe, you shut them down. So talk about who. So first of all, who is some artists that you feel like you can definitely have a collaboration with?
Definitely Chloe and Haley. I said their name. Definitely them. I'm from Chicago, so I really want to have a feature with Dirk, really badly. I think he's, I've already thought he was amazing, but now he's getting more into his craft, and he created this whole sound that I really like.
Yes.
I really like Dirk. Even though it's a long shot, Beyonce, I love you, girl.
Girl, you better manifest that thing. Beyonce. If you're watching on the secret page somewhere, okay?
From your Finsta, girl, I see you. It's okay.
Okay.
You gotta get on your Finsta. I'm here. I am here. Oh my goodness. But yes, Beyonce. I want to say Chris Brown too. I'm not gonna lie, I love Chris Brown.
I could definitely see a collab, like the how your style is, and that I can definitely see like some type of collaboration like that. Yeah. Oh my goodness. This conversation was amazing. I love it. The purity of it, just to hear the realness in your story. I really hope you guys really enjoyed. So of course I like to, throw a couple curveballs and ask some questions before you head out. So who's your top 5 right now?
Oh my goodness. Top 5. That's like one of the hardest questions ever. Okay, let me see. I'm gonna have to say Summer Walker.
Love her.
Yeah, that's my girl. I feel like if I was, comparison artist, Summer Walker is my girl. Summer Walker, Whitney Houston. Hey Ness. Yes, I love all my people that really came on here. Yeah, I did message you. I'm gonna message you back. Okay. Summer Walker, Whitney Houston. I don't know why. I forget.
A lot of people get stumped on this question.
I forget who I even listened to. Rihanna. That's my girl.
Rihanna, we need a new album.
Come on, Ree. We love the fancy stuff, but just throw an album with it. Please. Okay. Who did I say? Summer Walker, Whitney Houston, Rihanna, of course Beyonce. And it's more just about her work ethic too. Like, that girl can work as much as she can sing.
One more.
The pressure. Crap. Lord, give me a name. Who do I even listen to? I don't know.
It's okay. But you name some hitters in for that top 4.
Yeah.
You definitely named some hit.
God.
So and lastly, what words of encouragement you will give to other aspiring artists? Yes, she's amazing. My gosh.
There we go.
What words of encouragement you will give to artists who's trying to better their path in the industry, or looking to say, you know what, I'm scared, I'm nervous, but I want to start. I just don't know where to.
I would say start with, I would say first, just do it. It's not something that you can just inch into. You just got to do it. Like, because everybody's doing it, and you got to work harder than everybody else. Because at this point in time, it doesn't even matter about talent, to be honest. It matters about who's working harder. The person who's working harder is going to get there. And I'm going to say have fun with it too, because I think that a lot of times, even I do this, like, we are so stuck on working at it, we stop having fun. And music and art is fun, you know what I'm saying? So once you're having fun, you're working. Once you're putting yourself all into it, that's when it's going to be like the authentic career that you love. You're going to have fun doing everything, and you're going to enjoy the journey of it. One thing that Toot has always told me too is that he says enjoy the journey of it. Like, most of the time I forget to enjoy the journey, but enjoy like people not seeing your face in Walmart and knowing who you are. Enjoy every moment of feeling like you're not recognized and feeling like you're not getting the recognition, because you're gonna get there and then you're gonna be like, man, I wish I would have enjoyed those moments.
So you're gonna be trying to put on hoodies and come up with a fake name.
Exactly. He was like, enjoy those moments, because those moments like are the ones that matter the most. So yeah.
Well, I definitely personally want to say thank you so much, Franchika, for really speaking with us. We enjoyed it. This is what this platform is for. We support our artists.
Yes.
We support the music. We wish you nothing but the best, and give you well wishes, because you have it. Just keep going. Don't give up. I know creatives, everybody want to quit every other hour.
Man.
But don't.
Every other hour is right.
But don't, keep going. And definitely we look forward to all of your new music, and we wish you nothing but best, peace, and love.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you for having me on here.
No problem. And you have a good night. And guys, don't forget, go stream, go buy, purchase.
Please go buy it, purchase it, download it, Shot in the Air, iTunes, Tidal, Spotify. You can even stream it on YouTube. It's everywhere. The video is coming soon, and it's gonna be a spicy video, so get ready. This is gonna be like a new side, like y'all gonna see. But I've been on the track. I've been on the track. I just ran today.
Oh, okay.
I don't see.
So she could probably gonna give us body. Okay.
Body, yes.
Body. All right. Thank you so much. I love it.
Thank
all right.
You.
And you enjoy
your
evening.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good one.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. So it's cutting. Thrown out. Guys, I just want to say thank you so much for tuning in tonight for this episode of Indie Talks. Let me tell you, this has been nothing but amazing conversation. So guys, if you have not checked out Franchika, please go check her out. We also have her on our Spotify playlist that we do put up every Friday for you to check out new music. So please check out our new upcoming list tomorrow, okay, for all of the new artists, all of the new music. Once again, her latest single, Shots in the Air, okay, Shots in the Air. Please, if you like the Caribbean feel sound and a mix with, you know, some R&B and things of that nature, just a good vibe music, this is it. So please, shout out to everyone that tuned in. Thank you so much. Thank you. This is for you. So please go support our artists. Definitely, they are working very hard, extremely hard, to give you nothing but good music, okay? Because we don't bring nothing but good music over here, okay? So please go support. Guys, thank you so much once again for tuning in, all right, for our Indie Talks. Guys, you can always go back and watch the episode on our IGTV or on our YouTube channel. We definitely appreciate the support and love. Also, tomorrow, Danielle and I had the opportunity to be able to sit down with Corrupted Conversations. We're going to be dropping some video tomorrow. So, guys, definitely check out Corrupted Conversations. Shout out to Henry Blanco for definitely having us. We appreciate the opportunity. And, guys, once again, we have nothing on this platform, but nothing but great vibes. So it's always real music, real style, real people. I am just your host, Aisha Lewis Redway. And until next time, guys, you already know what it be. Peace.